Welcome to the rabbit hole, Mr. Tannhauser.
Hello there, fellow adventurers, and welcome to another indie dev short, which I haven't done in quite a while since reviewing Esselmere and the 5 Magical Gifts. What the? Eh? Huh? Earlier this month was the first anniversary of Trüberbrook.
Trüberbrook, a tranquil little town.
I was eagerly anticipating this ever since the Kickstarter campaign. The developers constructed real miniatures which were lit and photographed under various conditions, and then incorporated into the game world using a process called photogrammetry. Legendary game developer Ron Gilbert also came to visit the studio.
Hi, this is Ron Gilbert. Please back this project.
Taking Ron Gilbert's advice, I was one of the early bird backers, and you know what they say, the early bird catches the sweet Kickstarter goodies, like this limited edition box, a travel guide, postcards, stickers, and of course the game itself. The Kickstarter was extremely successful, with over 5,000 backers pledging around 200,000 euros. So with so much support behind it, how did it turn out? Well, as I like to say, let's find out, shall we? The opening scene is set at a gas station somewhere in the vastness of space, where there's no one around to pump gas or serve us cherry pie.
Cherry pie? If there's something I can't stand, it's cherry pie and hot coffee.
What's so bad about cherry pie and coffee? Well, I only just found out while making this video that this is a Twin Peaks reference.
Agent Cooper here might want to try a slice of that pie.
Cherry pie?
Best in the Tri-Counties.
The opening title sequence showcases the practical effects to the fullest, as we make our twisty, turny, windy way up to the valley of Trüberbrook. So here we are in Germany in 1967. Our character is Hans Tannhauser, a physicist who has a habit of recording his observations on a tape recorder.
Beverly, I have arrived. I feel spewed out into the most barren, dark void of Europe.
Who's this Beverly he's speaking to? Maybe we'll find out later. The village of Trüberbrook is a quaint mountain retreat with its own local movie theater and butcher shop.
Würstebrei, Stippgrütze, Schlagte Platte, Pothoeker, Tote Oma.
What about Weisswurst?
Weißwurst ist sehr gut. Wollen Sie etwas?
I'll have to think about it.
Let's go check into our hotel.
Good afternoon. How can I help you, darling?
Oh, I wonder what she was doing under there. This is Truda, the innkeeper, single mother and undisputed village champion in bowling and arm wrestling. She's also very fond of massage rods.
Oh, thanks. For me?
Oh. Strange things start happening that night that have absolutely nothing to do with massage rods, and Hans gets sucked into an interdimensional story that could mean the difference between life and death.
Are you okay? Do you have brain damage?
Okay, so there's no game over, maybe just a few fried brain cells. The game mechanic uses a simple coin interface to look, interact, talk, and use items. Inventory puzzles that involve more than one item are effectively solved for you as the items necessary are automatically combined. This took a lot of the challenge out of the puzzle solving for me, and sometimes I didn't even know which items I was using. In the middle of the town square stands a suit of armor to commemorate Hilarious the Unready, who defeated a lightning-breathing dragon in the year 1250 AD. Let's see how he stands up to a can opener. Whoops! I had a jolly good time walking around wearing this suit of armor, and was very careful to put it back exactly as I found it. Now it's time to ride a cable line using a coat hanger, which of course is entirely safe.
Man, you're some klutz! We'll meet on top!
We end up at the Paradiso Sanitarium, which reminds me I really do need to review that game sometime. Let's see who's on the patient list.
Adventure game, solving riddles great and small.
Well, I guess that means I must be crazy then. Here we're subjected to a series of psychological tests.
We are going to show you a series of images, and you will tell me the first thing that comes to your mind.
A beautiful butterfly.
Butterfly. Bird.
As far as I know, our responses don't affect gameplay at all. In fact, this whole chapter feels like a digression from the main storyline. Once we escape from the sanitarium, we're on to chapter 3, the Tannhauser Gate.
I watched sea beams glitter in the dark near the Tannhauser Gate.
This is one of my favorite parts of the game, where we ride a gas-propelled minecart. In this underground cave, we can drop a coin into the water and make a wish.
I wish I could stay in Trüberbrook forever.
I actually thought I would stay here forever when I got stuck walking around in circles, though this could be a temporal vortex of some kind.
Good thing there's no monkey wrench involved in this puzzle.
Oh yeah, just like in Monkey Island 2. There are several references to Monkey Island in this game, which I'm sure Ron Gilbert approves of. At this point, Tannhauser and Gretchen make a discovery that I won't reveal, or the spoiler police will arrest me. Who's this Gretchen, you ask? Well, she's the intrepid adventurer at the gas station who doesn't like cherry pie or coffee, and there's more to her than meets the eye. According to the art book, this is hinted at in the angular aspects of her character design, such as her hairband and pantyhose. Never trust a lady with triangles and circles on her pantyhose. Despite this level of detail, I didn't really connect with most of the characters and couldn't remember much about them, such as the alpinist who we talked to about the difference between spruces and firs.
Where spruces prickle, firs just tickle.
Then there's this guy Lessing who lives in a treehouse and escaped from the sanitarium. All I can remember about him is that he wears a tinfoil hat. Suddenly the weather turns to winter.
What the? Wow.
I was excited to see what Trüberbrook looked like covered in snow, but unfortunately the effect is short-lived. The only other snowy scene is Clumpen Mountain, where we pull a shovel out of the snow just like Link pulls out the Master Sword. With the shovel we can dig up a green glowing meteorite in the swamp. Hope we don't start growing weeds all over our body like in Creepshow. Back in town we get treated to a concert by the band from another place. This is a perfect example of how Trüberbrook feels more like a meticulously orchestrated work of art, rather than a fully fledged interactive story. You can choose what lyrics the band sings, but just like with the psychology test, I don't believe your choices have any real effect.
Come closer, I like to be stranger. I'll entertain me, for I'm lost.
There are signs that the game is taking us on a journey that will lead us to uncover the mysteries of the universe, but sadly it ends before the story really gets going. Our final decision doesn't change the ending much except for leaving things open for a sequel. I hate to sound negative about this game, especially since a lot of care and attention went into it, but I can't escape the fact that despite its gorgeous set design, I didn't find it all that engaging or memorable. Oh, and one last question. Who the f*** is Beverly?
I professionally disassembled this town's landmark, an old set of armor, in a fit of passion. Note to self, make another appointment with the clinical psychologist.